What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday, y'all. It is Wednesday, October 25th. We are almost at the end of the month, but we freshly into Scorpio season though, you know what I'm saying? So um welcome. Come on in, join the show. Let's have some rhetoric today, some conversation because we got a couple different things on the agenda that we must talk about. Um, and as you see, we do not own the rights to the music that is playing in the background. Please do not mute us. Ain't gonna play the whole time. But the only reason why I'm playing it is because as I sat down, you know how your house ain't never quiet. So you don't know what's really going on in the background. But now I hear that the damn smoke detector, and I don't want to hear that noise. So I'm gonna be having to have a little background noise until after I get off the show. So that's that. But welcome in. Today's show is It's Always Something. And so we got plenty. Well, not I won't say plenty. I'll just say we got some things we want to talk about and good stuff. But it's things that are affecting our community as a whole. So got to talk about it. And anything that affects us affects our people, affects our children, affects people close to us, around us, people that may know us, all of that. Oh my God, it's gonna drive me insane. Just try not to focus on the shelving. I wish I'd have heard before I hit play. I didn't have enough time to even jump up and do nothing. But welcome in again. Let's get into the show. Quote of the day is kindness is a language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. That's it's self-explanatory, but it's definitely worth having a conversation about because let's say this. I think a lot of times people do not take kindness for what it's supposed to be taken up as we'll try we humans will tend to take advantage of certain things. They'll think that everything is a way to try to get over or do this or do that, just so they don't have to deal with thinking that there are no consequences for their actions. But there always is. So what I want to address with this quote is that just because a blind man can't see, that don't mean a blind man can't feel. So kindness is the language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. So you can hear it in your voice, you can see it in your actions, whether or not you're bringing good intentions or you're there to make a person feel like the intentions are good or that you're there to help them and you're there to make their life a little bit easier or whatever it may be, just the conversation. And if we can show through our actions and our words what something means or how we feel, that's very, very human like. That's why a human, no matter what their ailment may be or their disability may be, they can still feel and see how you reacting to them, what type of principles you are showing them. If you're really kind, if you're not kind, they can see it all. They can definitely see it all. So, our quote again is kindness is the language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. So, yes. Um, what else? Something else I wanted to say about that quote. Um, hmm, it's kindness is also something that once if it's something that you do anyway, it won't feel like it's something new to you. So think about it that way. If you know for a fact that you have a different type of mindset and your heart is good, but you just having a very off day, even your actions through your off day will still let a person know that you have a good heart. So that good heart stuff and those good vibes, that stuff is gonna come out anyway. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Now, we're not saying you can't work on getting it, but you probably don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that can make or break a situation between you and the person that you might feel like is helping. You're helping, um, or anything, and it may not come off as that just because you not that person that's really um putting out those vibes. That's all I'm saying. So just be, if you're, just be mindful of it, because there's a lot of people that depend on how your reactions are going to be. If you're in a job that people have to depend on your reactions, if you have family members that depend on your reactions, all that stuff matter. So you don't want to be giving off these like irresponsible vibes and negative energy just because you feel a certain type of way. That's not, let's just go ahead and say, call a spade what it is and say that's not something that's for you. You know what I'm saying? You may not be the person that should hold that position. He just may not be that person. I'm telling you, it's different. Everybody don't have it. Everybody don't have it. So just make sure that you, if you're trying to give off that vibe, that you can also allow yourself to be able to be human enough to be able to intercept what that person is trying to get assistance with. If you don't got it, you don't got it. That's all I can say about that. Okay. All right. So the conversation today, we're going to be talking about a couple different things. First and foremost, I'm hoping that everyone is fine with within this new week, that you're having good vibes, good cheer, laughter, all the healthy things that are going to make your week a better and successful week. You are able to motivate yourself and give yourself what you need in the process of trying to maneuver through new weeks and everything. So what I wanted to say was today we're going to be discussing a few issues that kind of like sat with me. They lingered within me within these last couple of days from when I was seeing them, and I was like, man, I don't feel real comfortable about some of these topics, but we got to have this conversation. So we're gonna do that today. What's up, B? Hey, boo. How you doing? How you doing? Um, I was just saying on here, B, that it is Scorpio season, and like we at the end of October, but we done stepped into Scorpio season. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother time. It's a time to be alive. It's a time for them Scorpios to make their debut. Y'all already started. And I see Monica, the celebrity, post. I seen her post about her birthday and that how the Scorpios are or whatever. And I was too tickled because I love y'all energy. It'd be hilarious. It's great. What's going on, my friend? What's going on, Killer Kels? Yes, it's Scorpio season, y'all. Y'all, if y'all don't have any Scorpios in y'all life, y'all definitely missing out. And it's in, make sure you got to have a couple of them on your team. Now you can't just not have no Scorpios up in your circle. You really ain't. Is you living? It without these Scorpios, is you living? Just okay. So one thing, like I was saying, y'all, one thing I wanted us to have a conversation about. We got a couple different things on the agenda for today. But one thing I wanted us to talk about off top was these new Ebony Alerts. Listen, y'all, this it maybe, and I want, that's why I'm coming on here to talk to y'all about it, because maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into the situation. But they had in California a new law passed that creates a separate alert when Black kids go missing called an Ebony Alert. And I don't like that, for one, because in porn, that's what Black people are called, ebony. Y'all, what? And I know y'all know that because y'all are the creators of it. So you know that ebony is like a pornographic term. And so now they got an alert system called the Ebony Alert. Listen to it though. Unlike the Amber Alert, which can be used only for children younger than 18, the Ebony Alert can be used to help find people between the ages of 12 and 25, including those who are considered runaways, human trafficking victims, and boys under 18. First of all, what's the Amber Alert for then? So you saying y'all, what y'all trying, for one, bullshit. I call bullshit when I call it now, because you're gonna try to make it seem like y'all need a separate alert for us, and what all that really is so y'all can ignore us further. Because why would we need a separate alert? That's number one. Number two to this is, explain to me how an Ebony Alert is supposed to be more justifiable than us being on the Amber Alert. So you're saying that Black people are more important than white people or any other race? Because the Ebony Alert is only for Black people. So are you saying to us, with this alert system that y'all just up and created, that the Ebony Alert is going to notify people of missing Black people, but y'all don't got one that go past the age of 18 for white people? You don't got one that go past the age of 18 for Hispanic people? You don't got one that go past the age of 18 for Asians? You don't have one that go past the age of 18 for Palestinians, Arabs, or what, all the other associated cultures. And I'm devastated. Seems like the urgency for a Black child is little to none. And of course, and that's what I'm saying. So the separation of this is that you're letting us know that a Black kid is missing. Okay, that's what the Ebony Alert is for, just to let us know a Black kid is missing. Because the Amber Alert wasn't saying that. The Amber Alert didn't say nothing about a Black kid, huh? It did the races. It put the races on the television and on your phones just like any other. It seems that whenever it comes to African Americans, there's always some price tag when it comes to us. It's always something they got to get for anything. So the separation is that they're either gonna have to go out and look for us with a little bit of help or no help at all. Because if y'all got to do a separation of race on an alert system that's notifying people of people whereabouts and them being missing, it seems to me like it's shady, and there's other reasons for that. And I'm really blown away that this even was allowed to happen. I really am. I'm like, it's baffling. It's baffling. The Ebony Alert. The Ebony Alert. I mean, it strictly sounds, for one, just like I'm getting alerts from my favorite porno site about when new porn for me come out. I'm suspicious of everything they come up with, especially when they're acting like they're doing something for us. It's never that. Exactly. What? I'm supposed to think that this is for us? It's never about us. That's why it's always something. You're going to get something from this if you're doing anything to say a Black person is being healed, helped, or unharmed. It's always going to be something that come along with that, because that absolutely makes any sense. If they said, despite the opposition, now this is in California now, despite the opposition, Bradford and other lawmakers were able to get bipartisan support and the bill got signed. So despite people being against that whole situation, it passed anyway. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like it's always something. That's why the name of the show today is it's always something. I just feel like that. I just don't understand. I'm like, I can become like, um, in less than 2 minutes when they come up with something new to throw out here about us, my whole heart sink because I know it's going to be some bullshit. It's always something. This is a, it's a, it's always something. And the worst part about this is that it's a lot of people that not are gonna just think it's cool and they're gonna catch on to it and just be like, okay, we got an alert, an Ebony Alert, or another black child missing, or this going on, or this going on. And that's how things start to be like it's supposed to be. Um, like we just supposed to get used to shooting up each other and get used to either being shot up. We're just supposed to ignore it because this is a continual thing. But no, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be ways to be able to do these things and stop letting stupid stuff get past that's involving you and you sitting up there, you okay with it. If y'all have the opportunity to go out and do something to stop some of this foolishness, do it by all means because that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Ebony Alerts. The Ebony Alert, y'all. That's what they're calling it. Over in Cali. They signed the whole bill for it because they're helping us out. They're doing something for us. And again, y'all, I said as soon as I got on this thing, it seemed like as soon as I sat down, that I like, you know how you have everything so loud in your house, your TV, everything, whatever you be listening to, it be kind of loud. And now I'm sitting out here to do the show today, and I hear the damn, what's the thing? The detective. I can't. So when I'm done with the show, I'm gonna have to get rid of that because that'll drive me insane. Oh God. Okay. As soon as I said it seemed like it came more. All right. So yeah, that's what we got for the Ebony Alerts. I want y'all to stay on top of that because at some point it'll be going to the next other three bigger states. And one of those, of course, that's Texas. And after Texas is Florida. Florida is one of the states that have a whole lot of political power. So just think about that. Just think about it. Think we knowing that we have to do something about that whole situation and knowing that this could at some point affect where our communities are and where people reside with us, and somebody go missing whom we love, and they ignore them and don't even move for them because it's through an Ebony Alert system. I'd be really blown away by some of the things these people come up with. I really do. I can't believe it. All right. Next on the agenda, we have the benefits of marriage. Y'all, come on. I'm not the way these topics be coming to me definitely are because people request what they kind of want to talk about, but also because it's a lot of what they might be going through and things that they need answers on, and they don't know how to really ask the questions. So with that being said, I'm going to digest a couple things on the benefits of it, and also what are the cons, because everything has a pro and everything has a con, but everybody don't want to see certain things because they be caught up in what they feel versus what they see. The action of things is prevalent to them, but they are ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we're going to go into that real quick. Okay. So the benefits of marriage, legally and lovingly are the ways that you want to look at marriage, because it comes with some good legal benefits. It comes with some good loving benefits, but there has to be a steady friendship, growing trust, growing commitment within you and that person before you jump into the whole, I want to be married, I need this, I want to do this. It's a lot of things that have to be done before that all happens. So you want to talk to somebody, talk to your pastors and the people who you trust about it, and you can trust their advice and their opinion, because you want to definitely be able to walk away with a confident understanding of what marriage can bring and what marriage can do to harm. Because depending on who you're marrying, what you're marrying into, there can be a lot of things that change your whole mind about marriage. And that ain't nothing to play with. You do not want to even play with that. So, especially at this good old age, we're getting older. And I know people still get married in their 50s and their 60s and stuff, but we getting older. So we got to start making more significant decisions and things that make us keep us grounded. You bring your own happiness to the table. That start with you. If you waiting on another person to give you happiness and joy, you're not ready to get into no relationship. Point blank, period. Stay away from people. Nobody want to hear that, because you can't come to a situation looking for something that you cannot give yourself. You just cannot. You have to heal. You have to be prepared, and you have to give yourself grace into knowing that this isn't your time. Okay? That's important. It's real big now, because a lot of us jump into these relationships or these opportunities, and then it come back and bite us in our ass because we done set up here and felt like we could change a person, or we could just deal with, or it's okay, or let me look over this, or if I take them for who they are, they're gonna take me for who I am. No, they're not. Everybody don't look at stuff like that. You may have the biggest heart in the world, and you may be willing to forgive many, many things, but they may be like, strike one, you out. So think about that, okay? The benefits. You will have someone to talk to, be around, cuddle with, mitigate with, have these advice times with on a regular basis. You will always have someone for you. That person will be for you. That's a benefit of marriage. You definitely want to be with somebody who you want to be around. You don't want to just be with nobody and you feeling like you got to rush to get the hell away from them. You want to be there. Let's accept the fact that we do want to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's important, y'all. Don't be getting into these relationships thinking that people are gonna just change for you. All right, you got someone to always have your lifelong secrets with. You can talk about things, get some things off your chest, breathe a little bit, because these have been loads on you for some time. You're less likely to be depressed. You are less likely to be depressed. Now, you know some people who have been married long time, and they are not happy. But that's because they've allowed things to fester. They've allowed things, they're not communicating. And that's another one. You have a person to communicate with all the time and learn properly how to communicate back with them. That's a really huge benefit. You're gonna have a lifetime caretaker. Everybody ain't healthy. Everybody ain't healthy. And even if they are, that don't mean that you won't get sick. So you got somebody who's gonna always be there for you. Let's see. You got relationship legitimacy. You're committed to that person. You don't have any reason to not want to do right, because you feel that this is what that person deserves and you deserve that with them. Legal and fiscal benefits. There are always benefits legally and financially in marriages, but there can also be things that hurt legally in marriages. So, there are definitely things that you got to think about when you're talking about the pros and cons of being legally bind to someone. And mental and physical health is definitely should be improving if you're in a happy relationship. All right. The cons. Some of the cons include high divorce rates. You got a lot of people that are getting divorced. You got a lot of people that are married, but then you got a lot of people that are also saying, I don't desire this. You got a lot of that going on. Outdated expectations. Old keys do not unlock new doors. They do not. They do not. So don't come in thinking that you can come and bring to the relationship something that your great grandmother was doing in 1935. You know what I'm saying? That may not be who you may not be marrying somebody who was raised by somebody who got good great grandparents in their life where they learned those things. So now you don't try to bring on them how they supposed to do their portion of connection with you, because you telling them what you grew up having and all of that. You don't do it like that. If you're going, I'm telling you, it's ways to make your relationship work without hurting that person. You ain't got to be so mean. You ain't got to be so annoyed. You ain't got to be so aggravated. And that just take time to understand when you get to know somebody too. It take a whole lot of time to understand people. So just like you want to be understood, you got to do some understanding. So your those outdated expectations that y'all bringing into these new relationships, this new day and age, drop them. If you're not dealing with a person who was raised by their grandparents or believe in that old school methodology, put it to the side. Put it to the side. You're not gonna deal. You can't even come into the relationship now talking about my grandma just hushed her mouth and let my granddaddy do all the talking. That's just not, they're not doing that no more. They're not doing that no more, sweetie. I'm sorry. I really am. But that's not the way they're doing these things. They're having conversations. If they don't agree, some people are arguing. Some people yelling to the top of their lungs. But they definitely ain't standing there letting Papa make all the decisions. They're not doing that no more. So high divorce rates are big numbers now. And outdated expectations. Fiscal strain, because your partner might have bad spending habits. If you're dealing with somebody who got bad spending habits, whether they're a gambler, whether they shopping all the time, spending up all the church's money, whether they don't know how to save, whatever, all the reasons it is that will make you see that a person is not good for you fiscally is not, you got to be able to get through those things. Y'all got to be able to talk it through. And then if y'all don't get through it, guess what? Most times people do end up walking away. That's one of the cons that are included in marriage. People walk away for their sanity. They're like, man, I done came into this marriage with such and such amount of money, and I can't keep none of that in savings no more because they spending up this, they spending up that. They take a risk on investing with this. They're not talking to me about this. Things are just happening. So fiscal strains are a huge reason why it's not a benefit to marriage. Disapproving in-laws. How many of y'all dated somebody and their parents didn't like you? Or you didn't like their parents? Or their parents didn't like, or your parents didn't like your people? How many of y'all ever had that happen? Did they have to grow on them and you just accept them for who they are? Or like, did you lead a relationship? How many people had those type of people in their life? The other say me. Was it like your parents didn't like them, or did their parents not like you? And what was the reason for it? Because a lot of times it'd be them that it'd be their own little personal reasons, and it ain't always got to have no rhyme or reason to it, but it just be what it is. And then it's disapproving in-laws and children. Sometimes your kids don't like your people, or their kids don't like you. Y'all know that ain't gonna work. Especially if you got little kids. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. As my grandma said, work for damn. That ain't gonna work for damn. No. If the kids feeling like they can't even come in the house, y'all might as well just if the kid don't want to be around your people and they got their own legitimate reason, and they still decide that they'll support you, but they can't stand your partner, and you just continue with it. How y'all deal with that? How do you deal with something like that? My ex-wife's father didn't like me, but that was before he knew me. Now he and I are close, and we both can't stand her. Not y'all both can't stand her. That's rather rude. That's funny though. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Damn. And the other con that we have on here is just marriage dissatisfaction. The honeymoon stage in, you got children leaving the nest. Certain people start getting substance abuse, loss of employment kicks in. It's a lot of things that start to change how you start to view your partner. And it shouldn't always be a negative thing. You gotta, when this is the person you married years and years ago, you gotta be willing to take the good with the bad with them. Now, the rest of this last part of this show, we're gonna talk about this infamous list. It's a list going around. I'm sure everybody heard about it by now, and I think it's hilarious because money is money, and people gotta earn their money, baby. And now y'all saying what y'all not gonna be accepted, and y'all don't want to pull out no money. But back in the day, we did it all because it was fun. That's when you was dating for fun. You enjoy who you was being around. You enjoy who you was dating, and that kind of stuff even seemed like it was kind of expensive back then. You know, a little bit more on the expensive side. When we was growing up, Red Lobster was a place that everybody didn't go. So, you know, now when this stuff is going on and people are saying where they gonna go, where they can't go, and who they gonna let take, you know, if you ain't got this, you can't take me here. Y'all, let's get into this infamous list. A list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date to, and thank you to the ladies who reached out to help me put. So I guess it's a guy who put the list out there or whatever, or maybe a woman. It don't really say, but this list is not a common list by everybody because I'm in my 40s now, and nobody I know in my this good old age of what I am believes in this. So anywho, this is hilarious though. Cheesecake Factory was also one of those places that was considered a delicacy. Applebee's, Chili's, and Chipotle, depending on these people's money. If you trying to see where people money fall, because this is a preference list. You can't be mad at nobody for their preferences. That's the people who came up with this list, that's their preferences. Okay, so let's first get that out there. Everybody got their own preferences. Men have their own preferences. Women have their own preferences. So whatever you like, you're going to like. It don't matter what nobody say, what nobody wants you to believe. The vast majority of people, when they get into their spaces with their people, they are able to be themselves and show what they like, what they don't like, what they approve of, and what they disapprove of. Nobody's sitting up here going online creating lists because they already know what they're gonna go home, what they're going home to, and what they're not going home to. They've already accepted what they're dealing with and what they're not dealing with. They've already accepted that. So everyday life situations ain't gonna stop you from going to Applebee's, but these is for places for first dates. Y'all want these people to take y'all to places like Shula's on a first date, and y'all might not even have a conversation with them. Y'all ain't talking. Y'all just want to drink and eat for free. And so when you come up with lists like this, you got to be knowing that if you want a person to spend that type of money on you, you need to let them, for one, just tell them that, like, I want to be treated real good on this date, and I want you to take me here. And then they decide what they want to do. If they don't want to do it no more, don't be so quick to be like, oh, they broke, because half of the time they not. They just don't want to spend all that money on a first date. This is a first date we talking about, right? This is a first date. I thought that first dates wasn't. Now, the more y'all dating and the more y'all doing y'all thing, where somebody take you, whatever, that's on them. If y'all gonna go out and have a good time that way. But when you're talking about a first date, why do y'all think somebody's supposed to be romanticizing over y'all on a first date? Why do y'all think that y'all deserve a $120 meal on a first date? A meal? That's an investment. If you want me to invest in you, you should be giving me a reason to invest, right? Why we got to do all that on the first date? I don't even know your middle name, and I just set up here and spent over $100 and some on you for the first date, almost $200, if not more than that, and that's supposed to just be okay. Any fast food chain, Your House, the movies, I understand Your House, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night. Okay, so let's go up some. Family functions. We ain't doing that on the first date. We ain't doing that. Nah. Be just like we trying not to spend all that money on people because they may not be worth it. You definitely can't be just taking everybody to meet your family. Have some tact. Have some damn tact. Because these folks got to get, for real, B. For real. We talk about literally, y'all want these people to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on y'all on a first date. We just talked on the phone a few times. IHOP, what do you say? But IHOP, no ice cream. It say no IHOP, no ice cream. Yes. No ice cream dates. Movie nights. I don't know. Movie night, as long as it ain't at your house. If you taking me on a movie date, why not? Somewhere that requires a long drive. I agree with that. Bowling, I love bowling, so fuck you. Nightclubs, the hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, and a sports event. Now, it's really gonna depend on who you're talking to, because you could take some women to a football game on the first date. They cool with that. But I'm again talking about people my age, so this list does not apply to us. I'm talking about women with tact. I'm talking about women who have understanding that we not trying to, while we're getting to know each other, we're not trying to go broke trying to get to know each other. I'm not trying to take you for what you got, and you damn sure shouldn't be trying to take me for what I got. We should just be trying to hang out, have fun, and get to know each other. And as things progress, if y'all want to start going out to like Ruth Chris and Bonefish and It's a lot of places down south that I done been that we don't have here, so it won't be a point in saying them. But like places like Shula's and if we had what's that restaurant? Papado. If we had any of those places here, those would be good first date places. You know what I'm saying? I mean, good third, fourth date places after you done been dating somebody for a little bit of time. But you don't just take nobody out and spend almost $200-300 on them for no first night, and then you never get called again because y'all ain't have a good time, and now you don't wasted your money because you see that all she came out to do was eat and to brag about where you took her on the first date. There's some things I agree with on the list. Don't take me to your house. I hate Chili's because but I hate Chili's. So if you ask me places that I hate before, as you trying to decide where to take me, you will hear Chili's as a place that I hate. So that might not be a good first date spot for me, but I don't have no problem with going to no Cheesecake Factory, no damn what else on this list? So I don't care about I go on a coffee date, the movies, bowling, all those fun things. I don't want to just be bored. Let's just do something fun. But how you gonna say none of those things? But like I said, it's preferences to this. People, men have their preferences. I seen a list, everybody making a list now. So I seen a new list where it say men don't want to date women that have kids, that are divorced, that are single for too long, that have daddy issues, that have mental health issues, that wear weave, that wear long eyelashes, that wear a whole lot of sheen, but don't have $500 in their account. I saw so many things going on with these lists because y'all coming up with it because y'all just want to be petty. So it's so many lists trying to one up this list right here. Because we just be wanting to argue. And really, in actuality, a lot of good relationships started from places like these. A lot of long-term marriages, a lot of long-term friendships, a lot of baby mama, baby daddy situations. It's a lot of things that came from places like these. And y'all want to say that these places are not fun enough to go to on the first date. That's almost saying that you boring. Because where y'all trying to go? We can do paint with a twist and all that type of stuff fun too. So those are things that you do on first dates. Y'all want a person to just literally spend all their money on the first night that they taking y'all out. Y'all need to grow up. It's time for the real conversations. Y'all need to grow up because your value decreases the more sexual partners you have. So as we seriously, because we are for real. I'm trying to figure that out. What y'all trying to do? But I feel like this is about men and women, but I know it's mostly directed toward women because the penis is entering you. Men are entering you. So it's the more that enter you, they say the less your value is. And they're talking about your sexual value and not just your sexual value, the value of what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to dish out, how you're willing to heal, how you're willing to overcome. A lot of times, y'all, the things that we have allowed to be done to ourselves has put us in the situations now where we just find with like, oh, let's just be single. It's especially knowing that it's enough people in this world to go around. We just done made it so comfortable to just be like, I'll just be a hoe. Or I'll just be a dog. That's the comfort level that we're at now. So I do think that we gotta eliminate some of the chatter that's around us, that's giving us bad vibes, telling us what we should and should not do when we already know what we should and should not do. I think once we eliminate a lot of that stuff, the growth process becomes easier. If you're not hearing positive and encouraging thoughts and words and definition of what you need to hear, then stay away from it, because you got just it's so many energy thieves out here. They don't got nothing to pull from themselves, so they're going to snatch it from everybody else. That's the bullshit. All right. So again, today we ran through a couple topics because I definitely wanted us to get through all of them. But we talked about the Ebony alerts. You know what I'm saying? They basically, we got some new porno alerts that are letting us know that a Black person has gone missing between the ages of 12 and 25. And the thing about that is they don't have it for any other race, because they care about us the most. Okay. Then we have the benefits of marriage and the cons of marriage. So make sure, if you're just tuning in or you come in a little later on in the show and you hear this, grab all of that. Grab all of that, because these are things that happen in your relationships before y'all even get married. You already learning your people to see where they are. And last but not least, the list, because it's always something. It's always something. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in today. Y'all know that more than anything, I thank y'all for your continued support and continued comments, and let me know how y'all feel while we're discussing certain topics, and just making sure that we get through certain things that are going on in our communities that are affecting us in ways that we can have control over that. So I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in for those purposes right there. I will see y'all next Wednesday. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Do something fun. And next time y'all get on, y'all will not hear that chirping. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Do 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 do.